The film Shaun of the Dead was written and directed by Edgar Wright and was released in 2004. The romantic comedy mocks traditional zombie films and takes place in the suburbs of London. The traditional perception of zombies is mocked by the difference in behavior between them. The permanence of the zombie condition and the lack of knowledge concerning the disease's outbreak both parallel George Romero's original idea of zombies dating back to 1968. The behavior of the zombies in the film is perhaps the biggest difference from traditional zombies. The living dead move extremely slow and are relatively unaggressive compared to those that the crowds have become accustomed to seeing in the theaters. Those are usually portrayed as fast moving, flesh hunting, and bloodthirsty zombies. The zombies are also easier to kill in Shaun of the Dead compared to the traditional zombie films. A quick blow to the head with a blunt object kills them, whereas traditionally, zombies will take up multiple blows before dying and usually a gunshot is needed. In fact, in Shaun of the Dead, only one gunshot is used by the group throughout the entire film compared to the massive arsenals used in movies like 28 Days Later and Dawn of the Dead.
Oh, no, that's the second up I ever bought! No! Now, some of these are limited. Whoa! What was that? I think it was Blue Monday. Man, there was an original press ad. For fuck's sake.
In this clip, you can see just how slow and unaggressive the zombies are in Shaun of the Dead. Ed and Shaun have enough time to look through and argue over which records to throw at the zombies.
Oh, Stone Roses? No.
Second Coming.
I like it.
Oh, Sade. That's Liz's.
Yeah, but she did dump you. Oh! Fuck this, I'm going to the shed.
Also, because of the unusual, non-threatening behavior presented by the zombies in the film, Shaun, Ed, and his mother rarely seem intimidated by them throughout the movie. Traditionally, the living in zombie films are running for their lives at the sight of the dead. But Shaun and his group, more often than not, try to fight the zombies or even try to blend in with them. Another characteristic of the zombies in Shaun of the Dead is that they are easily fooled. When Shaun and the group pretend to be zombies, they are ignored by the hungry mob. Typically, the zombies can tell the difference between their own kind and living people, so these kinds of acts would not be easily pulled off in traditional zombie film. Throughout the film, the idea of the disease's permanence is exemplified multiple times. First, Shaun's flatmate Pete is bitten. However, Shaun's relationship to this character is unimportant in the film, so this is not a significant happening. Second, Shaun's stepfather, Phil, is bitten, and when his mother tries to convince everyone to save him, Shaun tells her, "There is nothing left of the man you love in there." However, the first time the disease's permanence really matters is when Shaun's mother is bitten. Shaun refuses to shoot her at first because she is his mother, but he eventually comes to his senses and realizes that the person he is looking at is no longer his mother and that she needs to be killed. The final and most heartfelt example of the permanence of the condition is when Shaun's best friend Ed is bitten. Shaun, Ed, and Shaun's girlfriend Liz share a few final laughs, but ultimately realize they have to carry on without him as he will soon turn into a zombie. This is met with the comic relief when Ed is reintroduced at the end of the film as a zombie version of himself that Shaun and Liz keep chained up in their shed. Shaun has trained Ed almost as you would train a dog. In fact, Shaun sits down next to Ed to play video games, which was Ed's favorite human thing to do, and Ed attempts to bite him. Shaun scolds him for his attempt, and Ed listens. Both of them go on to play a game together just as they always did. This differs from typical zombie movies because in other zombie films, the zombies are untrainable. They are mindless and unaware of their surroundings. Finally, the origins of disease in Shaun of the Dead mock the traditional Romero zombie film. In Romero's zombie films, little explanation for how the disease outbreak occurred is offered. Shaun of the Dead manages to one-up this aspect by offering absolutely no explanation as to where or how the outbreak came to be.
Nelson, have you got any papers? Nelson. I owe you about 15p. No, I haven't got any change. I didn't even have enough at the fucking shop. Oh, dear.
Shaun of the Dead is very unique as there aren't many zombie comedy films, but Wright was successful in this genre due to the combination of comedy and seriousness when dealing with the zombies.